everybody, welcome back to That Fiction Life. Today's video is all about Cursed, the latest Netflix series starring Katherine Langford. So if you were not aware, this series is actually based on a book by Frank Miller and Tom Wheeler, which came out last year. I can't wait to read it now that I have seen the show to kind of connect the dots. I thought it would be really fun to discuss the show while we're talking about the characters specifically, and we're going to rank who is the best. Have you seen the show? Let me know what you think. I binged it in 2 days. I was very committed to seeing what happens at the end, even though I was just very confused. The objective was changing faster than England's weather, and I was just getting so lost. But at the same time, I really do love the King Arthur legend, and this is very interesting and diverse. This is a key thing. And so I hope the show, if anything, it shows that there is a market to having a fantasy show that kind of represents the real life world. And I think the potential for season 2 is huge. The direction that it's heading is... I loved the finale episode because the setup and the plot twist at the end. The story of King Arthur is so interesting. Yes, it's been overdone. This video will of course have spoilers because to fully rank these characters, I need to talk about what they did. So without further ado, let's begin. I created this template myself on Tier Maker, so I'm going to put a link below if you would like to have a go doing this yourself. So the first person we have on here is Sister Iris, who is going straight in the trash because we hate her. That passive-aggressive little tear that rolled down her face when Nimue was making her speech, and she went ahead and tried to kill her anyway. This girl is a psychopath, and I hope she dies. The next person, everyone, is Squirrel, who deserves everything in all of the land. I love him. I want to give him the biggest hug because he went through some stuff, and I can't wait to see what he does next. Cinnamon roll for sure. Then we have Nimue, and I'm going to put her in great. I loved her character. She kind of took the role of the Queen of the Fae quite in her stride throughout the series, because at first, let's not forget, she was being all Jon Snow about everything. I don't want it. If I hear those words again in my life, I swear. Anyway, but throughout this series, I really began to like her. She does not have any experience of leading at all, but she kind of says, I've been given this opportunity and I'm going to go ahead and lead these people because I'm their only hope. And the way that she just says to the uncle, you're in my seat, get out of the throne, I'm going to be here. Right. We have Gawain. I do not like him. I'm sorry. Especially at the start, when it was looking as though this is going to be a love triangle with Arthur, him and Nimue. I was not having that. I warmed to him sort of a little bit when he had the conversation with Arthur, how they're going to go into battle as brothers and not rivals for Nimue's heart or whatever. But I just couldn't fully accept his existence. I don't know what it is. Yes, he's a Green Knight saving everyone, but to me he wasn't that interesting. And here we go again with another character whose life is sort of in the balance, but we know he's going to survive because all these weird flowers started coming up around him. So he's definitely going to be more of an important and integral part if there's a season 2. Then we have the Red Spear, and she is going in God tier. Hello. I loved her character. Oh, look at that. We have a person in each of the things. She is the best. At first, you didn't really know whether she's going to be a good or an evil character. She's sort of in between, I guess, because she was going to kill Pym for no reason. She had a great development throughout this season. I think, you know, she wasn't in it that much, but when she turned up at the end to help them with the battle by the sea, I am living for her existence. We then have the Ice King. I'm not going to put him in trash because I low-key think that he's an interesting character. The King of the Tusks, I don't even know what the point of him was. He was just kind of there. The Ice King was interesting to me because he was making all these alliances with people for ulterior motives, and that's what you want in a sort of morally grey character who turns out to be the villain at the end. So this is the key daughter of the Ice King, whatever her name is. She's also trash. She is such an annoying character to me, and I just don't see the point of her. Then we have Arthur. Dun, 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 dun. I love his character from the very start. He just has a very great presence on the screen. I really liked him throughout the season. I think he was very interesting. I'm assuming, again, if there's a season 2, they're somehow going to make him be the king, right? There's going to be some kind of bloodline link or something, because hello, King Arthur, this is the legend. Then we have Pym, and Pym is going straight to the cinnamon rolls section. I want her as a best friend. Her lines were hilarious. She gave some of the best comedic relief. I mean, the line where she says, "I'm so uncoordinated," that is me. I walk into everything that is in my path. I was so traumatized when everyone thought that she was dead, you know, she's taken away. I thought just as I began to like her character, she snatched away from me, but you know, she was all fine finding a boyfriend who's also dead. And who's next on this list? Right, so this person, I could not for the life of me find a picture of just Duff. So we have a picture of Pym and Duff, but we're ranking Duff, and I am so annoyed at what happened to him. But we're going to put him in cinnamon rolls also, because I think he had so much potential. I don't want to be that person and say, oh, but is he really dead? Because even though I think he is, I don't want him to be. The way he tried to protect Pym by telling the Red Spear that, oh, you know, she can be our healer, let's not kill her. And then he gives her his very special, powerful necklace to protect her. And then he gets himself hurt, which can I just say, why did we not have more details about what happened when they tried to take over that camp? Then we have Merlin, and he's going in great. I enjoyed seeing his character because I think we're very used to seeing a very powerful Merlin in any adaptation. And here we have someone that has lost his power and he made some very bad decisions. I like the fact that we saw his past lives and how the power of the sword completely shattered him. It was just a very cool transition to see him at the end gain his power back. Then we have Uther, who I don't really have that much issue with Uther. So he's going on walking on thin ice. He has a cool story. I like the fact that he's not actually supposed to be the king and that he's just this fake baby that the queen bought because her own child didn't make it. And I think now, especially him knowing this secret is going to open up so much trouble. Father Carden can just go and die in a hole. He's not even an interesting character to me because I just don't want to look at him. Then we have Morgana, and this pains me to do, but Morgana is going to be walking on thin ice because the character of Morgana is such an integral part to the Arthur legend, and she was just not given any justice. I know this is only series 1, right? But the way that they started her story, I loved her at the beginning, let's get that out of the way, when she first meets Nimue. But everything after that weird spider, I don't think we were given enough explanation as to what exactly that means, because she was all detached in that one scene, right, where she's just chanting the fake queen's name, and then goes completely back to normal, and just wanted more explanation and detail into her character, because I think it could have been interesting for her to be this, I guess, anti-heroic presence in their midst, and they don't know, but she's the trusted advisor. That's what I mean about the erratic writing. It was so all over the place. The hope kind of going to save Nimue in the end anyway was just very strange for me. Yes, we know she killed the widow and she now is the widow. I would love just a whole rewrite of her character. Merlin's Morgana, the BBC show, was out of this world. Look at how she was written. I hope they're going to do a similar thing here where you actually dive really deep into her character as opposed to her just having these random scenes throughout where she does some stuff that's evil and then she goes back to normal. The transition is just very strange. We then have the Weeping Monk, aka, I'm gonna give away a huge spoiler here. You don't want to know the secret, trust me, click off this video. So the Weeping Monk is Lancelot. Listen, okay, I hadn't read the book before, so I didn't know this was going to be a thing. Should we actually rank him? I'm getting way ahead of myself here. God damn. His whole aesthetic was very appealing to me. I live for a cape and this very dark, kind of morally ambiguous character. You all know the drill by now, but I didn't expect for him to do such a 180 towards the end. When him and Squirrel started working together, I was dying. I love his character so much. He has such a deep backstory. I feel like this is something they should have done with Morgana. I wanted this kind of reveal into her character similar to him. When they're riding away and he just says Lancelot, heart attack. I need a season 2, genuinely purely because of this reveal. This changes everything within this world. You see these little glimpses that he may not be as evil as we first perceived, and I can't wait to see how he went from being Lancelot to the Weeping Monk. The next person, round of applause before we even say her name, Kaze. Whoa, right. Similar to the Red Spear, she had the most badass attitude and I really, really loved her scenes. She has a great stage presence. I mean, anytime she was on camera, I just wanted to bow down and pledge my allegiance, quite honestly. The last character we have here is the Queen Regent, and she's going in great, because let me explain. It takes some thinking to hatch up that plan that she had with the swapping of the babies so she could still have a son that's the king. See, I just have a very strong belief to not putting all the villains in the bad rankings, because I think villains can be written very well. She had a very cool story. I liked that she was kind of making all the decisions behind the scenes. Her son was kind of just the tool. Uther was making decisions based on her counsel. Those are all the characters I'm going to rank. Let me know where you would put some of these people. I'd love to discuss with you all. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!